Join me as I welcome Timi onto the stage. A round of applause, please. Timi, please, where are you? Okay. Moving forward, allow me to introduce Adeola and KWASU. A round of applause, please. Also, Osho. A round of applause, please. And we have our moderator, the one and only Jasmine. A round of applause, please.
I told you were 4.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Okay, my name is Jasmine, and I will be hosting this panel. So first of all, I'm going to let the panelists introduce themselves. So please start.
Hi, everybody. Okay, my name is Timi Joel, and I am a growth associate at KWASU, an investment management firm where we help Nigerians save, invest, and build wealth, right? And most interestingly and most importantly, I am a graduate of State University, Department of Business and Entrepreneurship Studies. Thank you.
Sorry, excuse me. We have one more panelist on 6. Miss Glory. So where is she? Okay, thank you. Start for us comes.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. Please, I hope everyone can hear me. Sorry, can you hear me at the back? Can you hear me now? Okay, my name is Adeola Kairat. I am a social media manager for Zandrali. I'm a 300 level student of Communal Islamic Law. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm not really feeling the energy. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Okay, my name is Adeola Osho. I am a product designer at Neural Hub and Utility Hub. I'm also a CTO at Easy Lab. I'm also a medical laboratory scientist student.
Thank you. My name is Okewole, and I'm a Frontend developer at Innovate Lab.
It's really amazing to have you guys here. Thank you. Okay, so I actually have a question for you guys. I'll start with Mr. Timi. Can you tell us your story of how you transitioned to tech? Can you tell us the story of how you transitioned to tech?
Okay, thank you very much. Remember why I was making my introduction the other time? I mentioned that I'm a graduate of State University, Department of Business and Entrepreneurship precisely, and that used to be in Faculty of HMSS, and now I think Faculty of Management and Social Sciences, right? So it means that there's almost no direct correlation between that and tech, right? Again, I'm not a tech bro. I like to rather say that I'm an investment banking bro rather than a tech bro. But yeah, I work in a tech firm or a digital wealth management firm. So yeah, back in 2018, 2019 or thereabouts, I remember that I was so tired of KWASU. I guess that there are so many of you like this that maybe you are currently tired of KWASU, and I wanted to cross. I was already at the verge of processing a transfer to another university, and I was tired for a reason. I do not want to, maybe I should mention it, or maybe not. But somehow I came in contact with JK, that's Jeka Yulua, that's the first GDSC lead in KWASU. And JK introduced me to, somehow I met Demola through JK and Hall. So what I was looking for, or the reason why I wanted to leave KWASU to another school, I found it in JK, Demola, and eventually GDSC. And somehow it just meant that I had to rub my body with members of the GDSC community, Cyberfame, Phantom, and so on and so forth. I remember that my very first track was in product design. I was doing hackathon with Fiwa. I'm not sure if Cyberfame and Phantom can remember. Fiwa or Figma, what's it called? Africa Ambassador. At this upstairs here, I remember in 2018 or thereabouts, and we had one hackathon. It was at that hackathon I knew that, bro, this is the end of your design career, because there was Phantom, there was Cyberfame, and then they were leading the bootcamp, they were leading, and I was there doing rubbish design. I knew that design wasn't for me, so I dropped off. And I tried product management for a while, but we do not have an exact track for product management. So it meant that I wouldn't eventually function properly. And then somehow in 300 level, there was this course we were offering. I can't remember again, but by Center for Entrepreneurship and something Afghan, and it required that you pick a trade. So either you select web development, painting, and there are about 20 different trades. And I felt, web management or web development is the easiest one I could jump at. And through that, I started to write front-end engineering, front-end code, right? I did that for another 1 year, but I did it because I wanted to pass my exam, not because I wanted to become a tech pro. I did that, I passed the exam, and that was it. And eventually, in between all of these things, I had a 6-month stint with the biggest startup in Africa, currently worth over $3 billion, just for 6 months. So all of this, that's another way, by the way. So all of this, what's it called? All of this engagement, GDSC, Florida Wave, the course in 300 level, with all of those things that kind of dragged me into tech. I wasn't particularly interested in tech as much. I was just interested in career growth and development. And I couldn't find it in KWASU. That was why I wanted to leave initially, until I met JK. And then through JK I met Demola. Through both of them, I found myself in GDSC. And I found a community of people that were so interested in career development. They were so interested in career growth. It felt like, till today, you can quote me and unquote me. That is still GDSC community in KWASU, still the best community in KWASU when it comes to career development, when it comes to personal growth, when it comes to, and all of those things, right? And that's one of the major reasons why I did not leave KWASU in 2019. I would have left KWASU enough for GDSC, perhaps, right? So yeah, that's my foray into tech. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Kyra, I know that you're a law student. And I know that you don't have a technical background. So what was your own story to eventually be technical?
I don't really have like a really big story like that. I think one of the reasons that made me join tech was during strike. I think that was 2021 or 2020, around that time. So I'm someone that doesn't like being idle. I was bored, and programming was just something that was ringing at that time, probably that I just got into. So that was how I just started. I learned Frontend, but now I'm a social media manager because of the roles I picked up in volunteering, in GDSC, SCA, and the likes. So
Nice, thank you very much. Okay, please, what is your own story, your tech story?
Okay, I like to think of tech as a way to an end, right? So, because of my story, I started tech as a copywriter. Yeah, I wasn't a product designer. I didn't know anything about product design. But when you start working as a copywriter, you get to apply for jobs that require so much of design from you. And I started designing kind of just small graphics here and there, social media posts and stuff like that. So then I started working with my brother. My brother used to be a designer too. So he would tell me, okay, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. Then during the strike, I sat down to actually think. Naturally, I'm a problem solver. Once I see it, I'm like, why is it like this? Let's just keep it. So I started attending different media idol while during the strike. I was working as a copywriter, but it wasn't coming as much as it used to because I do freelance. So I was like, okay, what can I do? What can I start doing? How can I help myself? I was getting tired of what I was doing, and maybe I thought it was a time for an upgrade. So I started joining and listening to people on Twitter. I think that was when the Twitter listing on tech started coming more and stuff like that. So I started joining people on tech. What do I have interest for? I can design. I like to solve problems. So why not mix and match and make something that I'm going to enjoy for a long time? And for 3 years now, I've been a product designer.
Glory, can you tell us your tech story?
Okay, tech story. I think for me, I finished in KWASU as an environmental biologist. So I went for service and came back. And I was in my room that day, I think I was on WhatsApp. So, and normally technology is what's supposed to make life easier for us. So why should, I can't remember what I was doing on WhatsApp, but it's it's not easy for me. So I was like, why will I be using a tech product and still be finding it difficult to do what I want to do? So then curiosity took me to tech. So I was like, okay, how do they build this product? And this thing that I want to do, how can I achieve it? So that's just basically what made me leave biology.
Thank you very much. Okay, so another thing is that you guys have told us your tech story, but we want to know, did you guys have any challenges while you were doing your journey? And if you had challenges, how did you solve them? What were your challenges and how did you overcome them? So we'll start with Kara, please.
Okay, I think one of the challenges I had was imposter syndrome, feeling like I wasn't enough or my work wasn't good enough, basically. So how I overcome it, I had people around me, I had support system, I had accountability partners that I usually show my work to. Oh, does this look good to you? How do you think about it? Then you correct. And one other thing that I usually do is also posts. I post my work a lot, so that views from other people that I don't know, I think it's better than people that you know, because you feel like they're sugarcoating it for you. So that's just all.
Okay. Miss Timi, same question. Thank you.
I know that I had quite interesting challenges, right? And I would not speak to the technical side of things. I will not speak to what we can relate with. One of the major problems I encountered over the last couple of years in tech was that you want to apply for something, you want to apply for a role, you want to apply for an opportunity, and you get to the point where you have to select your school, and you can't find Park Teaching University there. And then it becomes a problem. For some, like I mentioned that I wanted to leave KWASU because I wasn't finding some sort of career-led communities or career-led or career-focused people until I met JK and Adeola. And I remember that in 200 level, I applied to Google, the same Google that we all know. And during that application, I still could not find Parasite University. But I could find a couple other schools that were not, that should be of the same range with KWASU. It became a problem. That same, in 300 level, I applied to Bank of America. I was supposed to be in Bank of America in London for an internship. I still could not find KWASU. So, unlike the technical problems that you probably hear Glory and Messi, right? Messi talk about, I would rather talk about something that's easily relatable, right? There's also the challenge of understanding. I remember there was one that I could not find the name of my school. I sent a mail to the company. they added the name of my school eventually. I crossed that hurdle, and then I got the offer, and I went to and then I was supposed to get a recommendation letter from my HOD, and I gave him the letter and say, sir, I've gotten this offer from this company, and I'll be needing a recommendation letter from you, so they can eventually see my offer. And then it became a thing of, I can't give you this offer and recommendation letter because I don't trust the company you're going to work for. It looks like a Ponzi scheme. It's not very weird because this is literally the biggest technology startup in Africa, and then I'm getting a rejection because my HOD felt like I'm going to work for a Ponzi scheme. I'm going to work for an MMM in quotes, right? So these were the other tiny challenges. Of course, there were other challenges like internet problems, challenges like electricity problems, right? Especially in Kwara State University, right? But those ones are stuff that I still think that the recognition part of it were the bigger challenges for me, right? But I mean, thankfully, we can now begin to see that some of these are beginning to take shape. We opened an application today. The last time I checked in October last year, and I could see Kwara State University in Bank of America's application form. I could see Kwara State University in Goldman Sachs application form. I could see Kwara State University there was one other company, KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, Ernst & Young, and all of these other global firms. So I think we've crossed that hurdle. Some of us we have walked the walk in the past, and then we started to make things easy for those of you that are coming after us. So I think that those of us that have done this work in the past deserve a round of applause. Thank you.
Okay, next I have a question for you. I think it's a very niche question. Do you think we need technology? Look, it's simple, right? But do you think we do?
Okay, the question is, do we think we need technology? Okay, I want to start with how were we able to register for this event? How did you register? Through your phone, right? So now we are coming to an event that will help all of us to grow and learn, like by the way. So I feel like if we are starting from that, from the aspect of learning and communication, we definitely need technology. I can't even imagine what it would be like if I want to come for this event and she has to send, and GDSC KWASU have to send a bird to me, right, to bring my invite or something like that, or I need to register like by putting my name down or something like that. I think that would be really stressful. Basically, it is clear to all that technology makes things easy. And if we're trying to now niche into career paths, right? I'm a medical laboratory scientist, and almost everything, okay, not everything, we are still pushing for more, so it will be easier. But almost everything in the laboratory uses automation, and it's going to make things faster, easier, and more accessible to us. So I don't even know where to actually pick the question from again, because it is very obvious that we need it to make our life easier and to make like bridge communication gaps, and also to help learning to be easier.
So my question for you is that, do you think it's important for people to be in the tech field in this century that we are in?
Okay, I think I'll answer the question like this. Imagine you are in the 1990s, where okay, for instance, you are a student, then there is a lecturer or a teacher. Imagine the lecturer is coming from Ilorin to come and take you. Now, just because the person is a lecturer, do you think in the 1990s it would have been easier for the person to, okay, for instance, I traveled from Ilorin to KWASU now. I was here, then I came. I am very tired. Do you think the energy that I will be able to teach you in that time is the same energy I will use to teach you currently? No. So for every career, actually, Even what are these people called? These people that help you to repair your tire or the road. Mechanics or something. Even they themselves, even in their career, they need technology. Because what they are using currently is also a product of technology. So for every career path, there is always an area of technology. So there is no career path that you will actually want to go to. Either the tech in codes or any other career path that you need. You still need technology.
So tech is important. The next question I have is that a lot of you guys are not in STEM. So what would you advise someone who has a non-technical background venturing into tech? What are the advice you give them?
I think the first thing you want to do when you want to get into tech is to know the particular tech career that you want to get into. There are lots of career paths. We have the code aspect and the non-code aspect. Know the particular one you feel drawn to, that you particularly like, and you think you're going to do well in. Then learn it, learn the basics. Get yourself a mentor or a accountability partner. Then join communities too. Join communities because it helps a lot, whether in seeking mentorship or getting internships, volunteer roles, and all of that. It really helps.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen. Like I like to say and preach, not everybody has to be a tech bro or a Texas. One, not everybody has to be a software engineer. Two, not everybody has to be a product designer, right? Yes, it's fine for you to want to work in tech. You are currently not studying a course that is related to, or in the bracket of the STEM field, right? That's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, right? So if you are not doing any of these things, it's fine for you to want to do tech, like microbiology, right? Or biochemistry, environmental biology, and then she's doing front-end engineering, right? The senior product manager in my company studied early childhood and primary education. The senior iOS engineer in my company studied food science. I could go on and on to, mention courses of people that, make references to people that did not study anything related to engineering, and they are doing engineering in my company, and a couple other companies, right? But it's important that as much as you want to get into tech because of the fuss around tech, because of the fact that you are seeing Fatih wearing the latest Nikes, you are seeing Adeola having a nice hairstyle, you are seeing Phantom putting on a nice, a nice round neck top and all of those things, right? As much as all of this is super interesting, it's also very important for you to identify yourself. Figure out what works for you. Like I said, I tried product design, I tried product management, I tried front-end engineering, and then eventually I figured that none of this is were really working for me. And then I had to sit down and focus on finance and investment management, right? But at the end of the day, I still work in a tech firm, right? I still earn tech money, like you people would say. Well, I don't earn blood money anyways. But it's important for you to figure out what works for you, right? What you are currently doing sometimes can be married into technology. We have people who studied finance and then they are doing finance management, or they are doing investment banking in a tech company. They are doing investment analysis. They are doing portfolio management. We have people who studied, the HMO we use in my company. We have doctors that are working in these tech companies. There's Reliance Health, there's Remedial Health, there's Umuvu Health. There's so many tech companies that can be tied into what you do currently as a student. Whether you are in Faculty of Pure and Applied Sciences, Faculty of Law, Faculty of ICT, Faculty of Humanities, whichever faculty, right? So just figure out what works for you. Figure out how you can marry what you currently do to the field of technology or to the technology industry. And trust me, you'll be just fine. Don't do front-end engineering because Caleb has come to talk to us about URLs. If you are not, there's some level of grit there's some level of intentionality, there's some level of commitment that you would need to drive and function effectively and efficiently as a front-end engineer. And that comes from a place of passion. If you are coming because of the money, at some point you will get burnt out and you just figure out that you've lost 2 years trying to learn how to write front-end engineering code, whereas you could have just sat down with your mass communication and maybe do brand communications for a tech company, or sat down with your legal and compliance, or sat down with your business law and then do legal and compliance for a tech firm, or what have you, right? Don't do software engineering because your roommate is doing software engineering and then you like the fact that they write code. As long as you are not so, as long as you don't derive deep interest in that thing, I don't think you should do it. Again, what works for A might not work for B. Some people decide to write software engineering code because of the money, and then it works for them, fine. But it might not work for you, frankly. Figure out what works for you, and you'll be just fine. And most importantly, just like she had mentioned, join communities. Like I said, one of the reasons why I did not leave KWASU in 2019 was because I found the Google Developer Student Club in 2019. So join tech communities. They serve as a form of encouragement, as a form of guide, right? You find people of like mind, you find people with the same goal, people of common interest, and you guys tend to fail together, you tend to grow together, you just tend to do everything together. People that can relate with the problems that you encounter, right? Gratefully, the Google Developer Student Club in Kwara State University today has grown to a point of self-sufficiency. Before now, we used to have so many, I'm not sure we've had an event as large as this, but now, we are now having events, and then we are having 200 people, 300 people, 400 people, 500 people, right? We can now accommodate people. We have people you can text JK and say, hi JK, I'm encountering this back-end engineering problem, and then he gives you an answer. Before JK can reach out to somebody, probably needs to go as far as how many states to get in touch with another back-end engineer. But you are here today, you can reach out to JK, here today you can reach out to product designers, you can reach out to, as many people as possible. People have, they've worked the work on your behalf, they've made the way quite easier for you, right? And I trust that you do just fine, trust me.
Messi, please.
Okay, I'm going to start with what Kiran said. She said you should actually try to set clear goals and try to pick where you are, strategically settle down to pick where you are interested in. Same thing Timi said. I think that is a way to start, right? First of all, I would say a way to pick what you are truly interested in is to, maybe you can, for some people they do it introspectively and respectively. And what they do is to ask themselves, what am I good at? What can I do? What can I offer? And some people they rather ask people around them, okay, what do you think I'm good at? What do you think is my strength, right? Some people will do it that way, and some will just combine both to actually pick where they can actually further in. So I think the best thing to start with is to set clear goals. Then secondly, I'm going to say that you should try to join communities, just like Timi has said. Joining communities will not only open you to opportunities or jobs and stuff like that, it's also going to give you access to resources that you might need. I know some people are trying to start maybe learning cybersecurity, and to be very fair, right, and to be very honest, it is not a very clear path until you actually meet some mentors. So going to mentorship now, you actually meet some mentors, and how can you find those mentors? Maybe on communities like GDSC, KWASU. So the third thing I want to say, which is at the end of everything, when you actually start working or start learning, is not to compare yourself. Don't compare someone's day one or your own day one with someone day 100. It is not even fair to yourself. Imagine saying, okay, you want to be like Timi. Okay, it's not that it's not possible, but let's be fair to ourselves, right? You want to be like Timi, that at this point that Timi is now, or you want to be you want to be like Timi investment banker. Yeah. So you just took a course yesterday night and you want it to happen. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair to yourself. So I think you have to be fair to yourself by not comparing yourself and also putting in the hard work. Then lastly, I'll say personal branding, right? Personal branding is something that is very important. I think Ariel has spoken about that, so I don't even have to go back to it. Personal branding is very important. Know how to put yourself out there and how you put yourself out there. So once they mention something, they already know, okay, this person is there, this person is there, oh, this person can do it, or this person has spoken about it before. So yeah, that's just it.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is that never ever go into tech because of money. Never ever go into tech. Yes, there is money in tech, but money in tech is not for those that are just starting their career. You are just starting your career, you will be the one to spend your money, not that you will receive money in tech. There's money in tech, definitely, but the money in the tech is not for those that are just starting their career. So, in line with that, after you ensure that you are not going to tech because you want to earn money earlier, you should ensure that you have passion for what you are going into. Passion is actually one of the things that will keep you in tech. If you do not have passion for what you are doing, you will easily get burnt out. Because a lot of times, you will discover that what you are trying to solve, for instance, now I'm into software engineering. So, imagine I'm building a product and I have a bug. Bug can frustrate you. So, it's your passion that will not let you actually leave tech. Because if you encounter a bug and bug can really be funny, it might actually be a semicolon that is actually making your code, the whole of your code not to work. So, and it's not something that you will actually think of that maybe because of this. That is, you might have even clear your own code, rewrote it, then you be like, I know this thing is still not working. You might be on a particular bug for as long as a week, as long as a month, depending on your level of expertise. So, when you are building a career in tech, also have communities. I remember before I actually start working, I built products. But you know this product that I build products, I keep it to myself. That's not products, really. Because the real product starts when you have, let's say, 1,000 users using your products. Okay, I remember the first real product that I built was Great Plus Africa. So it's an egg tech company. So what they basically do is personality test, then show you a career path that you can actually do. So I remember when I was building the product, I've built products. I've built products, but there's not this level of confidence that if 1,000 users use this product, at least they will not have, let's say, 100 people will not have something bad to say about your product. So when I was building the product, I remember my team lead was telling me that, no, you can do this thing. I've seen the work that you've done before. But there's still not that level of confidence. That is why community is important. You know, they were able to hold you when you actually think that you can't do this thing. They were able to give you a support system. Like, they were able to hold your hand. Even there are some things that you might think that this thing is easier. I mean, should I just do like this, I will end product. You might do like that. Like, I remember when I was just starting, there's this popular saying that if it works, don't touch it. But actually, if it works and you do not touch it, along the line, when you have a certain number of users, you will discover that it actually did not work. So you have to actually see that. That is why it is important to know how it works. As much as end product is important. Don't be discouraged by failure. Failure is actually what builds your experience. So, as much as the end product is important, processes also is important. And like they said, don't compare yourself. The way I can learn is different from the way JK can learn. It's important to discover how you learn. There is a way by which I can learn through, maybe I'm in class. Even this normal university, the way we learn differs. There are some people that the only thing they need is just for them to be in class and listen to the lecturer's explanation. There are some people that, even though they listen, they still have to go back and read. There are people that, if I just sit down, I just glance through, I can easily pick one. So discover how you learn. That will also help you when you are building your careers. And learning curves too. There are amounts of knowledge. It's important to always keep to date in tech. Because if you are not up to date, you discover that they've left you behind. Then you will not be wondering like, where am I? So as much as it is important to be up to date, the amount of information too can be overwhelming. So when the amount of information is overwhelming, when everything is overwhelming, the only thing you can do for yourself is keep whatever tech, keep it to one side, recover back your mental health, and before you pick it up. Because if you try to, like, I should learn this, you discover that you will not actually learn it, whereas you've wasted a lot of time that can be used for something else.
So one thing you guys have said a lot was community. So how does one network in communities?
One thing, when you join a community, I think someone said, I can't remember the person, is not to be a host on the community. Be an active member of the community. And when I mean active, it's not just whenever there's bands on the group, you come and drop yours and you like show your works. Then actively engage in intellectual discussions on the group. Through this, you will know people that, oh, this person is this person is this. Then you know one or two things that you can do. And if you need any help, you know who to run to because you had a conversation with this person already. So that's.
Thank you. Aliyah said something earlier this morning. I wasn't here when she said so, but I was scrolling through the Instagram page and I saw a design that was made. She said, joining the community isn't about what you can gain, but about what you can also give. I had it also, by the way. Contribute, support, and enrich the life of others. That's the true spirit of community. So you can't join a community just because of what you want to get from that community. You should join that community because as much as you want to get from that community, you also want to contribute to that community, right? And that's why it's a community. It's not you're not paying for it. It's a free community, right? The idea or the scope behind community is that you are contributing to the community. Members of the community are also contributing to you or your life or your career or your academics, as the case may be, right? And then it begins to intersect, right? And that's the entire scope behind community at the end of the day, right? If you join a community just because of what you want to get, you most likely tend to be disappointed. And that's why you now go back to say, I don't even know what they did in that community. That's because even you yourself, you know they ever contribute anything for that community. That's why you always open your mouth wide and say, I don't even know what they really do for that community. The question you should rather ask yourself is that, what have I particularly contributed to this community? You join that community, you figure out that there's a problem in this community. Rather than gloat about it, it's your responsibility to try to fix that problem. If you cannot do it alone, you rally other people around. I mean, if somebody had not stood up in 2017, right, GDSC would not be existing today. Is that 2017, right? If somebody had not woken up and said, we do not have GDSC in KWASU, GDSC would not be existing today, right? That person did not do it alone. I mean, the person has graduated about 3 years now, and the community still exists. If other people after that person had not said, I want to continue when this person started, the community would have just gone into extinction, right? But other people picked it up and said, I want to contribute to this community, I want to be a part of this community, I want to contribute value to this community. And that's why the community is still alive today, right? So yeah, on the back of networking, just to touch that very quickly. I think that sometimes, and it might be found out, maybe because we are still at the undergraduate level, we tend to make this mistake. We make this mistake around networking. You don't go to people's DM and just say, hi JK, and then expect JK to send another hi back. I mean, JK has so many boxes trying to sort out. He probably would not, well, JK might be kind enough to respond, but I'm sorry. For somebody like me who has apathy to social media, I'm quite averse to social media. I most likely would not want to respond to an hi Timi. Like, can you state your, let me know what, I mean, why you want me to respond to your message. You have a challenge with a bug, and then you perhaps think that Timi can sort this problem out. Hi Timi, I encountered this problem and I think that this and that. And then I'm opening my WhatsApp, I'm seeing your message, and already I have full context to what you want from me, right? And then I can reply, right? Not hi Timi, and then Timi then goes back to say, hi Jasmine. No. We should have grown far beyond that point, right? And again, last thing is that when you're talking with people, when trying to connect with people, you don't connect with people based on, you don't necessarily have to connect with people at the point of need, right? You should be able to build relationship ahead of time. Today, of all of the big financial or investment management firms in the world, name them: Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America, HSBC, even World Bank. I have at least 1, 2, 3 persons, right? I do not need them now, but I know that when I'm ready to go fully fledged into investment banking, I will need these people. So I started to build relationship with these people ahead of time. Some of them as far back as my 200 level, some of them as far back as my 100 level, right? And this way, it helps us build some kind of connection, such that when I really meet these people, they already have a mental knowledge of who this person is, whether on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp, on Twitter, or on Instagram, right? It's fine if sometimes, from the point of emergency, you need somebody and you didn't necessarily get that time or that chance to build relationship with them. It's fine, right? But whenever you can, please try to build relationship, right? Building relationship doesn't necessarily have to be sending a message to somebody DM. You could just be random interactions on Twitter, right? JK is posting something on Twitter, and then you can resonate with it. You comment, you engage on Twitter, you comment, maybe in a WhatsApp group, right? I'm not sure I've ever had to interact with, where's that guy that I said his third name is Bro, Adeola or something. I've never had to interact with him via DM personally, but I know that this person, he will always ask questions in the GDSC KWASU community group, and then his name just gets stopped on my head. Like, okay, I came in today and I was pointing to someone and I said, is that not a bro? I think I did say for Fufi, I did say for Jasmine. I asked about Jasmine from somebody, and a couple other people. We've never met before, we've never interacted via WhatsApp DM or anywhere, but because of the interaction we have via WhatsApp groups, on the timeline on Twitter, on the timeline on LinkedIn, it just makes more sense to know that, I was able to put a name to the faces of these people, right? So that's how you network with people, that's how you build relationship with people, that's how you build connection with people. Not when you need something from them and then you just start bugging people. So yeah, I hope with these 3 points of mine, I've been able to convince you. Thank you.
Okay, same question, right? Same question. Okay, I feel a little bit guilty, right? Because I can't answer this question as well as Timi has done it, right? So I feel like whatever I'll be saying is just to add to what Timi has said already. So when it comes to community and networking, I'll start with community. I think the best part about community is that there's a community manager, Azu is here. There's a community, and 24 is here. So there's a community manager. So aside from, okay, I know a lot of us like to start with the excuse that I don't know what to say. So there are community managers here that will actually prompt conversations.
for you to talk, but there is somebody there that won't talk. We know you. You won't say anything. You won't engage. You won't. So the best place to start with is actually to start by engaging and actually having interest. You didn't. No, I think you didn't. You were not forced to join to start with. So I feel like the best you can do, whatever is worth doing well. So if you are there, you actually be there. So we want to know who is with us and who is not. So that's one thing about the community, just to add to what Timi has said. Then secondly, for networking, in networking, I don't know how most people network, right? But I feel like most of the time we have this networking mindset that, okay, I just want to meet those on the stage, the speakers. I don't know. Okay, I want to ask a question. I don't know how well you guys know each other, but how many of you are sitting with your friends? Like somebody you know? Yes. Okay, how many of you are sitting with like someone you don't know at all? Have you tried to even ask for the person's name? Okay, do you have their contacts? Will you message them after? Okay, so I think you are safe here. So yes, so you have to be intentional about it. You have to actually want to be there. You have to actually put in the work to be there. So I think that's just going to be basically what I'll add to what Timi has said. So yeah.
Okay, so I feel that the first thing that most of the time we get wrong is the meaning of community. Community is not you being part of a WhatsApp group. Community is you having interaction with people. It's not necessarily you being in a WhatsApp group. All of us might be in a community and it's possible that we are never in a WhatsApp group that all of us are in together. So community is just that platform that gives you access to interact with other people. So if we have that kind of mindset, we will know that being in a WhatsApp group is not community. Even my active community, we have WhatsApp, but most of the time, 99% of communication is actually what we do when we see each other. So, and sometimes there is a way by which communication on WhatsApp can give you a perception about the community, which is actually not. So, in being a part of the community, you must, like they said, you must be an active participant. If you are not an active participant, you are not part of that community, even though you're in that WhatsApp group. So, if you are not active, activities is actually one of the things that make you know people in your community, people that you can give that give you a sense of responsibility, and people that you are responsible to. So if there is no sense of responsibility in that community, you are not in that part of it. You are not a part of that community. So just know that you are just in that group. You are not part of the group. So if you don't have a sense of responsibility to your community, and they do not have a sense of responsibility to you, you actually need to recheck the reason why you are in that community. So you are a part of a community that gives you a sense of responsibility. If there are conversations that are brought up, the reason why I know that I'm in this community is not because you don't expect me to go to the list of all the members and start checking who is there. Is the message that you give. If I see that every time there's a conversation, you always maybe respond or something, there is no way that next time if I want to think of somebody in that community that I will not think of. So activities, also be part of the activities that is going on in that community. That is not necessarily that it's not that you have to respond to every message. It's not everything that you have a say in. There are some things that you contribute. There are some things that they contribute to you. So if you have that sense of responsibility, and also in networking, this is the same way you are in a community. Community is the best way to network. If you see each other like this, I feel like 99% of the time, if you go for conferences or events, and we meet new people. So I meet you today, you come to my day and I be like, hi, I know it's nice listening. I will not reply you. That's just it. If you are entering somebody's DM, you enter the person's DM at least professionally. It's good. The reason why I can enter JK's DM and say that how are you is because I know JK to a level of relationship. So the level of your relationship also determines how you communicate with each other. The way I went at Joe's DM is different from the way I went at JK's DM. Even though I know both of them while I was in campus. But that does not mean that I will enter their DM the same way. And it's not necessarily that you have to enter people's DM. There are some people that you don't. If you enter my DM, maybe I'll reply you if I've seen you participate actively in the community and you enter my DM, there is high chance that I will actually reply, even though or not. If you said hi, how are you, I will not reply. So that is why I say that it is important to be a part of community, because I know that I've seen this person doing this. So for the person to enter my DM, that means there is an active need. And also it's not until you need somebody before you actually build relationship. Relationship is building networking, is actually building relationship. You can know somebody, maybe I know you and I have greeted you and we part ways. And if I don't build relationship, maybe like after 10 years and I enter your DM, do you remember this person? There's no way I can remember you. Even if I have what you need, there's a sense of strain that I will have in actually giving you what you need. So being a part of community is the best way to build the network.
Thank you very much. So coming to the end of this panel. We're coming to the end of this panel session. They have had a lot to say. And now we have, I want to ask you guys, do you guys have any questions for them? Please raise your hand. Okay.
Where's the second mic?
Okay. This one was, can you come out?
No. You can just give them the second mic.
Can you come outside, please, or stand up, please?
Hello, good afternoon.
I think those of you that have questions should come outside, so that JK and the likes that have money can see you. We don't want to give you money at the end of this thing, so they can see you. They will not give other people.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the panel session and everything. So my question for you guys is, after learning your skills, after owning your skills, how do you market yourself? How do you market yourself, like monetizing the skill? Because I've seen that, I know she said something like, entry tech is for the money and everything, but then at the end of the day, I can't have a skill and then not monetizing it. So I want to ask, how do we monetize this skill? How do we market ourselves once we go to the level of owning the skills?
The person that said that's taking it to our side.
Okay, so I think that when you were learning, it is important to put yourself out there. As much as it is, as much as I said, don't go into tech because of money, you still need money to actually stay in tech. So when you are in tech, when you are learning, when you are acquiring your skills, it's important to show people what you are doing. Let them be the judge of the level of your expertise. And also, while you are showing people what you are doing, because it is what people see that they will recommend, and it is what I see that it is your service that I see that I will ask for. If I don't know what you are doing, there's no way I can reach out to you that there is this opportunity that I think that with what you've done before, you can do this. So let people know what you are doing. Also, community is important because it is in your community. There are a lot of business opportunities, and there is no opportunities that they will give you that there's not actually a working experience. If you check very well, there's no opportunity that they will not ask for working experience. And how will I know your working experience? Is it by just you telling that I've been in tech since 2020? No. Even though you've been in tech, I didn't see proof of you being in tech. So let me see the proof that you have been in tech. And that is one way to monetize your skills. That is one way to monetize your skills. If you are just like, I've been doing this, it is what I've seen so far that I'll be able to recommend people that I know this person do this and this and this. You can check for this. This is an example of what the person has done before. And what I mean by don't go into tech, there are internships. Internships are also platforms for you to earn your skills. So in you applying for internship, it also gives you a leverage over those that are just building for people to see.
Thank you.
I just want to add something to what she has said. Putting yourself or like putting your experience out there is creating a portfolio. I don't know if how devs do it, right? But as a designer, we use Behance. In fact, some people use their social media as their portfolio, right? Most of your designs are on your social media, so you can relate to it as a portfolio, but not many companies will accept that from you. So building a portfolio is just one way to start, then putting yourself out there. Areas have spoken about personal branding, so yeah, I think that's it.
Alright, so thank you so much for the knowledge shared so far. I mean, I've really learned about so much. And okay, my question was supposed to be directed to Miss Glory because she said you should not go into tech because of the money, right? But then you actually like answered part of my question, but then I still have a question to ask. Okay, when it comes to pricing, right? Marketing my product or marketing my skill now, how do you get the pricing right? Okay, do I have to like give a price to whoever needs my service, or to get the pricing right, I should bring it down to a level that okay, it should not be too high, neither should it be too low. So I don't know how do you get the pricing right?
Sorry, before she replies to you, we don't have enough time, so he'll be the last question that we have. You can meet them after this. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think about pricing, it's how will I answer this question now? Pricing is important, and number one, what is the worth of what you are offering? Know the worth of what you're actually offering. So if you know the worth of what you are offering, I think it is easier to give a price. And what is the service that you want to render? What do you need to acquire when rendering that service? Put all of those things in your pricing. For instance, now maybe if I want to build a web app for somebody, and the person needs hosting, the person needs domain. So I will first check what is the domain that you want to get. Is it .com, .net? They have different pricing. So you get the pricing of that, put it there. Get the pricing of hosting, put it there. What is the worth of the skills that you want to do? How many days will it take you? How many hours? Depending on whatever you want to do, give all of those things that they are very important. Then maybe check there is always a standard for every person. So you can check, okay, this person that has this level of experience, what is this person giving? This person that has this level of experience, what is this person giving? Those actually also gives you leverage on how to give a price for whatever you are giving. And never underestimate whatever you in as you know the worth of your price. Don't because this person will say I charge too much. Don't because of that bring your price. because sometimes there are some people that if you give them the price, they know the actual worth of what they are requesting for. So if you give them less, they will think that what you offer them is not up to what they are expecting. So that never give because of maybe our familiarities or something. Don't give the person. Maybe because you're not familiar with the person, you might give the person discount, but that is discount, not the actual price. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This is the end of the panel session. Thank you.
What's that?
So, hi everybody. That was a very, very long